What's the matter, Sir Skeptalot?
It's almost Valentine's Day and I still don't have a date.
There's an app here that teaches you how to pick up ladies at the bar.
I find a spot, maybe a wall,
Oh yeah, this is brilliant.
and then deliver your opening line.
Nice tits?
Get away from me, you creep!
I give up. I'm done with women forever. Is there a word for that?
Yes. MGTOW.
Very well. From now on, Sir Skeptalot is MGTOW. Whoa, this going your own way thing is really easy.
Boss, apparently there's a lot more to it than just not marrying chicks.
Like, what?
Like there's a community online?
Oh, fuck. You mean I can't just be a thing without identifying as that thing?
No, boss, you gotta go onto the forums and make sure that you're going your own way the right way, and it's really complicated.
What do you mean, the right way? And MGTOW is just a man that goes his own way, right?
Well, sort of at the core of the issue, I suppose it is, but here, look, I'll show you basically what a MGTOW really is. Check this video out.
Dave, so do you want to explain what MGTOW is to Rebel?
What the fuck is this?
No, just keep watching.
MGTOW is a worldwide movement now. Social media can be thanked for that. What it is men have decided to no longer participate in relationships with women as a result of all the issues with family courts, false rape allegations, and all kinds of slander coming from feminists. For the most part, we're not going to say that we're anti-women. I know that we're often accused of that, but it's very unfortunate. That's not why we're here. We're just trying to protect ourselves. This is a reactionary movement. I guess maybe it takes bachelorism into more of an activist level, where we're absolutely not participating in relationships with women to stay away from all the problems that exist.
Wow, kind of feel bad for laughing now. That was actually a really clear, concise, and informative description of what MGTOW is.
Yeah, and that reporter chick's pretty hot too, right?
Yep. Now I'm really curious about this community. I want to look up more videos about MGTOW.
Wait, boss, I really suggest you don't do
No, I know what I'm doing.
Boss, no, I'm serious, don't...
What about this one? Sexy MGTOW. Well, I bet I can relate with this guy. I'm pretty sexy.
Oh, boss.
Today we will be discussing women as non-human beings, or simply not being human.
What?
If the standard of human being is a man, and women do not have the same capabilities, the same standards as a man, then they cannot be human.
What?
Let us look, of course, at feminism, since it is the essence of female nature.
What? Women are not feminism.
Feminism is responsible for many a woman working.
Really? I thought World War II was.
And what is often the reason for having women working?
Support themselves, support their family.
It isn't for finding any joy in work, or making any sort of innovation in any particular field.
I'm sorry, are you implying that women have never made any innovations in their fields? One word. Curie.
No, it is about being independent. It is about earning money so that women can buy things instead of leeching the money off of men.
Okay, well, isn't that a good thing then? I've heard MGTOW complain that women, quote, leech resources from their husbands.
If a parasite can get what it wants without sucking and leeching off of the host, it is less likely to be terminated.
If a parasite doesn't leech resources off of its host, then it's not a parasite.
So that is why women would want to get resources.
You mean to earn their own resources? I'm still having trouble understanding why this is a bad thing for men.
In order to be independent, I have to work. Working for someone else so that they can give me money so that I can be independent from men. Does that actually sound like independence to you?
Well, as independent as one can be, yeah. I mean, on some level, everybody is dependent on somebody else to give them money. That's kind of how our economy works.
If women actually wanted to be independent, then they would have, en masse, moved off the grid.
Your conclusion is that independent women should want to leave society? What the fuck?
Women's notion of independence is clear mimicry. They are not even remotely following the definition or act of being independent even when they have the rights to do so.
So you're saying there's a feminist conspiracy to make women work so it's less obvious that they're leeching resources off of men. Jesus, man, stretch before you reach that hard. As a lot of you know, I have a lot of experience debunking creationists, and this is actually something creationists do. They presuppose the motive or outcome of something, and then they reverse engineer reality to fit that outcome. He's taking a very simple concept, something as simple as women working, which almost every single person on Earth has to do to survive, and making it out to look like some sneaky evil thing women are doing. God, I refuse to believe this is an accurate representation of the movement. Let's find somebody else, somebody with more authority to their name. Here we go. The mayor of MGTOW. This is gonna be good.
My journey to MGTOW doesn't start up here, it starts down below. Let's go for a drive, gentlemen.
Yeah, dude, I'd love to go for a drive. I gotta pick up some milk anyways.
This is the mayor of MGTOW. Fuck yeah, I love the cult.
You love the cult? Keep that one in mind, everybody.
We're up here in the Hollywood Hills, discussing my journey.
Why are we yelling?
My very long journey to MGTOW.
Loud noises!
I didn't know I was a MGTOW for the longest time.
How could you have been part of a reactionary movement without even knowing that it existed?
I was always an MRA on some level, and the reason why is because growing up here in Hollywood, I saw the most plastic, nasty, arrogant women that you get in the whole world.
I can actually see that. Being surrounded by a culture of plastic, fake, mean women, I too would probably want to be in some way openly opposed to that culture, or at very least in support of men who are a victim to this culture.
At the time, I knew I had to strive for success, to compete, to get the attention of these women.
Wait, whoa. Why would you want these women's attention? Didn't you just say that they were horrible people? You said they were shallow, arrogant bitches. Why would you want shallow, arrogant bitches?
What I saw growing up was disgusting to me. I think part of my journey to MGTOW originated from my own mother.
Oh no. Are we going straight for the mommy issues?
The way my mother treated my father used to go out and bust his fucking ass every single day. And what did my mom do? My mom went out and spent his money and just fucking basically did nothing, and when he got home, basically ordered him around the house.
Honestly, that does make me feel bad for your father.
My mother was the queen, and my father was the simp.
Okay, so all women are bitches because your mother was a bitch. Got it.
Maybe I was lucky in that every fucking friend of mine, every mother was a bitch, and they wound up either divorced or they were miserable and they didn't get along.
That doesn't sound even remotely lucky. It sounds like you grew up in an extremely toxic environment.
I basically decided that I didn't want to fucking spend all my money on some dumb bitch. All these women, they were homely, they were fat, they were just the typical housewife that doesn't give a fuck anymore.
Oh, I thought you were talking about plastic fake bitches. Now you're just describing the average mother. You know what happens to a woman after she has children, right? Her body can take a total shit.
We grew up in an apartment down here in Hollywood. And my father was always just struggling to make ends meet. Meanwhile, my mother had just a huge rack.
Your mom had a huge rack. Do go on.
Of fucking shoes.
Oh, silly me. And here I am with my dick in my hand.
Basically whatever she wanted. And my father, he dressed like a pauper. So that whole lifestyle I knew was not for me.
It does sound, based on this story, that your father was being used by your mother. And it does sound like because you were raised in this environment, you did think that this is what women were like. But did you not grow up and eventually realize, hey, not all women are my mother?
So I was MGTOW for years and years without even knowing it.
That's not what MGTOW is. You are looking at the surface of what MGTOW people do and just assume that because you do the same thing that makes you MGTOW. No. MGTOW isn't I grew up with a shitty mom and I didn't want to marry a shitty woman. MGTOW is looking at the environment of the dating scene and the way that the judicial system and the political system backs up women in relationships over men and refusing to participate in that system. It's not, oh, my mom was a bitch.
I'm 36 years old now, and after years of knowing that I was not going to get married, and that I was not going to fucking blow all my money on some dumb bitch, I've managed to do quite well.
Lots of people in the Western world, men and women alike, choose careers and financial success over relationships. This doesn't make you some sort of enlightened guru. And you basically admitted that you know that you're not good enough to be with somebody who likes you for anything other than your money. You've given up on any other qualities you may have.
I do spend on bitches, don't get me wrong, but I don't spend that much, that's for sure. Between discounts, entertainment book, you name it.
Ah, you're a couponer, eh? Good for you. Good for you. Discount dating.
See, we got any cops around here. Let's flip a bitch right here. Take you guys in this direction.
Ugh, this is the most boring playthrough of Grand Theft Auto 5 I've ever seen. At least it's not CSGO Surf. Am I right? Leafy? Leafy, you gonna play Surf again? Leafy? Leafy, you gonna fucking play Surf again? Leafy, you keep fucking playing!
So that was my very long journey into MGTOW.
You missed all the parts where you actually become a MGTOW. You didn't talk about the political sphere, you didn't talk about the judicial sphere, you didn't talk about the community and your discovery thereof. You just gave us some anecdote about how you hate your mother and all the women you grew up around. You are the mayor of MGTOWN and you don't even know what MGTOW is.
I'm sure there are a lot of MGTOW out there that don't know they're MGTOW. That's why we have to get the word out and maybe go to other sites, Super Bowl related sports, sites where men are on, and share with them about MGTOW.
Ugh, that kind of sounds culty. You just going around to other websites trying to convert people to MGTOW?
And to get some new blood into this fucking movement, because women are we're essentially being raised by the enemy. Us men are being raised by the enemy.
Enemy? Women are the enemy? You know, when you're using terms like enemy or ally, you've gone a little bit too deep into your ideology. Start backpedaling, dude. Start backpedaling. See, this is why I don't like identity politics. This is why I don't like gender politics. This is why I don't like ideologies in general. The people that are in them take them way too fucking seriously. Yes, not all, blah, 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 whatever. But the problem is that even if you're not one of these people that do this, you are immediately associated and lumped in with people that are this intense and this far over the deep end. And then you're just left trying to defend these people that you don't agree with because they're in the same ideology as you.
This young generation of kids is being raised to act like a bunch of fucking pussies, and they're effeminate, quite frankly.
I kind of agree with that statement, but your assertion that it's women that are doing this couldn't possibly be further off. We do kind of have a bubble wrap generation of people who have no idea how to deal with feelings, and instead of taking on problems head on, they go into safe spaces. But this isn't women doing this. This is ideologies, my friend.
I would encourage all of you to make new videos and maybe put tags on them that are unconventional, tags that have to do with men's related stuff, sports, other things, you name it. And when you do that, more and more men will discover the movement. More and more men will discover what the fuck is going on and wake up to it.
Okay, so you're gonna manipulate people into finding out about your cult through deception? This is a lot like those fundamentalist Christians that put a chick track in the KFC bathroom so people can discover Jesus while taking a shit.
There are so many people who are MGTOW and do not know it.
Again, you cannot be a MGTOW and not know it. That's like those feminists that say if you believe in equality, that means you're a feminist. You're just falling into the same identity politics trap that every single ideology falls into. People, by definition, are not ideologies because they believe or feel certain things. You can't just tack identities onto people who have not taken on those identities themselves. It doesn't even sound like MGTOW. You're not going your own way. You're trying to get other people to follow you. That's men going out of their way to tell other men to go the same way they are going. Again, I don't even think you're a real MGTOW. There are real MGTOWs out there. Men who have really gone their own way. And they're fucking gone. They're not sitting on the internet bitching about women all day. They're out doing their own thing and enjoying their lives without a marriage certificate.
I was more of a MGTOW, a hybrid between a guy who doesn't want to get married, guy going his own way, and a PUA.
MGTOW. A man who doesn't want to get married and just wants to pick up easy women? So basically you're saying that you want to have sex but you don't want to get married? That's like millions of men out there, some women too. You can't just throw a label on any random opinion like that. I don't like oysters. Am I an anti-oysterist? Fine, I'm an anti-oysterist. Hybrid with PUA. I'm a PUA oysterist. And look, I've made fun of pickup artists before, and honestly, there's nothing wrong with being a PUA, but these guys think that they're like fucking Spider-Man or Thor going out there and kicking ass, but really anybody with a half-decent dick could pick up dumb easy sluts at a bar. It's not some magical feat. Those women are at the bar to do exactly what you're soliciting for them to do.
I don't believe it's realistic to expect young MGTOW, young men, 18 to 30, to just forego sex. I think it's very realistic to have men aware of the dangers of marriage, to forego marriage and say fuck you to marriage, and basically just get women right at that sweet spot. The sweet spot, I'll call it, is the first 4 to 6 months of the relationship. You guys who are not into dating or being with women or fucking anymore, whatever, that's your prerogative. I happen to enjoy it. So this is for you guys out there that still enjoy fucking log jamming bitches. The ideal time to be with them is when they're giving it up the most. And that is the 0 to 4 month range that you're with them. Maybe up to 6 months. And then drop them in the fucking scrap heap.
Wow, you sound like a really well-rounded gentleman. So you date these women, form romantic relationships with them over months, then after they've gotten attached to you, you dump them and dispose of them like objects. Then you shed on feminism. You are the very straw man that these feminists are fighting against. Congratulations, you big dumb idiot. You're the reason feminism exists. God damn. And feminism is the reason you exist. So, see everyone? It's just a giant pendulum swing. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. When is this pendulum gonna lose momentum and rest near reason? Because I can't wait for that fucking day.
I believe that Brad Pitt made a mistake, and now he's chasing around all these little fucking rat-faced kids. And what he really should have done is just banged Angelina Jolie for, you know, whatever, 3, 4, up 10 times, whatever it is, when he was working on that movie. And then go back to Jennifer Aniston, bang her a little bit, and then move on. I mean, you're Brad fucking Pitt, dude. You're Tyler Durden, quote unquote. You should be banging various bitches until the fucking wheels fall off. Instead, you're with Angelina Jolie. I mean, that's got to be awesome for the first, you know, whatever, 25 times you fuck her. But after that, fuck. You could have some different pussy here and there, and as long as you're safe about it, have a great fucking time. Instead of the same old fucking poon every time.
Believe it or not, For some people, emotional relationships are much more important than sexual relationships. Plus, I'm willing to bet that Angelina Jolie is nothing like your mom. So, kind of think Brad Pitt did pretty well when he hooked up with her. And what if Brad Pitt wanted the children? What if it was Brad Pitt who suggested they get all these children? You don't know that it was her. You're just assuming that it was her.
Billy Bob Thornton got out just in time. Just in time.
Got out. You're just assuming, again, that it was him that broke up with her. You don't know that it was mutual. You don't know if he fucked up and she kicked him out. No. He pulled the parachute just in time before she could steal any of his resources. Never mind the fact that they wore each other's fucking blood around their necks. Like, dude, I get that you don't want to be in a relationship, but that doesn't mean you need to project your own insecurities about women, love, and commitment onto other people. You don't understand relationships. Accept the fact that there are people that want relationships.
Billy Bob Thornton did the right thing. He did the pump and dump on Angela. Think about it.
Oh, you got dangerously close to saying that pump and dump is the right thing to do.
Brad Pitt has got Billy Bob Thornton's sloppy seconds.
Well, that certainly is crude. What the hell does that even mean? Are you implying that every single woman you've been with was a virgin when you met her? Everybody is somebody's sloppy seconds.
Meanwhile, Billy Bob can pretty much do what he wants.
Everybody can do what they want.
Brad Pitt is chasing around these little fucking rugrats, and I mean, you got the goddamn League of Nations, a kid of every race. Is that really necessary?
It does sound silly, but we have no reason to believe that that's not what he wants.
They got 6 kids they're chasing around. I encourage all of you MGTOW, unless you're 100%, do not have fucking kids. Don't ever have fucking kids. Enjoy your freedom. Don't weigh your life down. Men, do not weigh your life down. I'd like to have a dog. I don't even have a fucking dog because I don't want to weigh my life down.
You're not describing MGTOW, you're describing bachelorism.
Look at all the fucking douchebags running around here, man.
Yeah, look at all these douchebags. I bet you they're not even pumping and dumping bitches. I bet some of these douches even have families. Ugh.
That's why I had to fight, and I knew I had to make something of myself to be competitive with all these motherfuckers here in LA.
Dude, everybody has to have something to offer in order to date women. If all you have to offer is financial success, then you are pretty much a shitty human being personality-wise.
No problem. No problem, because I'm fucking doing it.
Doing what? Yelling from your convertible that you pump and dump bitches? You know, if there's people like this in the movement, I'm pretty sure that MGTOW is not for me. I kind of feel like I should be fighting against misogynistic people like this. People who want equality. That's the kind of crew I want to be with. Is there a name for that?
Egalitarian.
What the fuck? Get the fuck out of here, you Nazi piece of shit. Everybody knows egalitarian is just a synonym for cis straight white male who's racist, sexist, and homophobic. No, seriously, is there a word for that?
Yes, but you're not gonna like it.
What is it? Tell me.
Feminism.
Very well. From now on, Armoured Skeptic is feminist. Thank you for watching. If you like what you saw and you'd like to see more Armoured Skeptic, please subscribe. If you absolutely love me, you can support me on Patreon. Or if you have a passing affection for me, you can buy my t-shirt. Links in the description. You are exactly the straw man of MGTOW that people think of when they think of MGTOW. You didn't even bring up any of the normal talking points that MGTOW people talk about. All you said was that you don't like women. Some of the things you said were actually legitimately misogynistic. There was a time in my life when I considered seriously becoming MGTOW. My ex-wife openly admitted to me that the reason she married me was for financial stability. When I discovered the MGTOW movement, she was basically the exact archetype archetype that they described. But of course I eventually came to the conclusion that not all women are my ex-wife. There are women out there that want relationships for the exact same reason that I want relationships. And if you don't want to be in a relationship for whatever reason, that's fine. But you gotta admit that people like this, Mayor of MGTOW is just hijacking a movement. He's using a movement as a cover for his own lifestyle choices. It has nothing to do with what the movement was started from.